find it. And then I got looking at the agenda, my agenda versus y'all's, and I was like, wait a minute, those aren't right either. So I had to change all the agendas. Or, I do know one of them is out of order, but that's towards the end, so, and it's not a lot. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, did you get the last one? Should be good.
Full house, good. Oh, yeah, Mr. Knight.
No, hang on to that.
Where are you, John? As far as I know.
Oh, no, it always is. I bet it's still on like 70.
Morning, folks. It's afternoon something, I don't know what it is.
It's always cold.
Monday, I know that.
What is it because the door gets closed? Something's done, and it just sits in here. We'll start bringing blankets.
I won't be here tomorrow. I got that surgery thing.
Oh, okay.
Second phase of it.
Well, I really hope this will, they'll be able to finish it for her.
Oh, I guarantee you, if she comes out of anesthesia and finds out that they didn't get it off,
They ain't gonna be safe.
I'm leaving. She can call Uber. She was mad last time.
Well,
I kept trying to tell the nurse, it's the anesthesia talking, she's really not that mad. She was correcting me, telling me, no, she's not mad.
I'll never forget after back surgery, they had me back in recovery, whatever, and it was a young lady. She was like, Miss Baxter, I need you to wake up, Miss Baxter. And I'm like, I am awake. My eyes are just shut. She was like, Miss Baxter, I need you to open your eyes. It's like, I am awake.
They weigh like 100 pounds apiece, your eyelids too.
Yeah.
I don't even recall what it is to get good sleep like that anymore.
Mm-hmm. I had my knee replaced. I don't remember anything before the surgery. Like, I had to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But I woke up in the night and like, weird.
They could do some strange things too. That's what Mary said.
Well, they say that there's...
I mean, I'm sure I must have put it on before, but they, and I got there and they gave me the stuff to help you loosen up and get ready.
Chill out and stuff.
But that was pretty chill.
Maybe you gave too much because I don't remember.
Well, I'll tell you this, when they did my open heart surgery, you know, I went in for the cath the day before, and you're kind of semi into the program then.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this other doctor coming in there, and all he said was, I think he's 72 hours from a major event. And I'm thinking, what's going on? You know, what they have, where are we going? You know, and I'm like, I wake up in this little room, and my brother had gone with him because Buddy had some kind of evaluation that day. Well, he's in there, I mean, you know, he's just boo-hooing. Debbie's in there, and she's boo-hooing. And I'm thinking, what the hell is it this bad, you know? And I said, what's going on? Yeah, what's happening? They're going to do open heart surgery. And I said, okay, we'll figure that out. You know, we'll set it up. And Debbie looked at me and she said, they're going to do it in the morning. And I said, we need to talk about this. And this lady comes in and says, it's time for you to take a nap, Mr. Adams. And when I wake up again, Debbie's in the room, she's boo-hooing. My brother's in the room, he's boo-hooing. And the girls are in the room and they're boo-hooing. And I said, where are we? You know, well, they're fixing to come get you to take you down. And I said, for what? You know, and they went through it again. So we go downstairs and they do all the prep. And everything goes good. And in like 6 weeks after surgery, I have to go visit for a follow-up. and the surgeon was in there, and this lady who he said was his closer. And when she started talking, the first thing I said, how did your daughter do at her dance thing? And she looked at me and she said, do I know you? And I said, just from the surgery, but you were talking about it during the surgery.
Oh, wow.
And she said, there's no possible way you would know that. And I said, there's no possible way, then I'd know y'all was playing La Vida Loca over and over while I was in there. But I can't get that song out of my head, and I had never heard it before until that surgery.
Oh my God.
And this Dr. Scott, who's that? And he just looks at her and he said, take that off the playlist. and he said, do you really remember that? I said, yeah. And my wife, she said, he plays that song 5 or 6 times a day. And I keep asking him, where did that come from? And he keeps saying, they played it while I was in the OR.
Oh, wow.
And
Might want to take
I just think Brian in the hallway.
Talking about the open heart surgery, my brother-in-law had his surgery, and, he was in there, and he was still kind of loopy, mad, and fighting with everybody, and, him and his wife, just do husband and wife things, like, you can't go home, y'all begging to go home, just that whole notion, and Jamie sitting there fighting and everything, and then finally Robin gets tired of it. She just jumps up and takes the bed rail and lays it down. It's like, walk home, big boy. I'm like, well, this is not the time for reverse psychology. I'm like, I don't need this boy. I'm the only one here can catch you. I do not need you.
Well, that was the thing, at Piedmont, where they did that, the ICU unit has the hallways on the outside.
Yeah.
And you get your days and nights mixed up. Because, they got the room, it's dark all the time. And it took me days before I sorted that out, And when Debbie brought me home, I saw TV I never even known was there, because I was up all night off everybody else.
Some of the meds that you can get nowadays. I know we've had discussions with Bobby Smith and them, and I'll say something like Dilaudid would probably cure the world's problems, because it just makes you so happy and not feel no pain. And he said, oh, there's some stuff way better than that,
Yeah.
Come on, boys.
Terry's coming.
I sent him a text. I did see Brian, but I don't know what down the hall.
I thought I just saw an email from Terry, what worried me.
It's the public hearing, please.
How's school going so far?
Well, everything has been going so far so good, and then we had a fight in 5th grade today. Very end of the day.
Really?
But nothing major, but aside from that, it's been great.
I don't know I do know what's happened, but the middle school, ever since bringing Dr. Turner over there, Brian, I call him Brian because I went to school with him, it's been a complete about face. I mean, Knox has been there going in 8th grade now, and I asked him earlier today when he got off the bus, because he called me, how was school? And it's like, good. Like, he's enjoyed every single day of middle school. Now, a couple of years ago, you couldn't find 5 kids that would tell you it was a good day. But he has done a really good job with that.
Hey.
Hey, old buddy.
How y'all?
Good,
how are you, my friend?
I'm all right.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing, Madison County Board of Commissioners public hearing agenda for August 25th, 2025 at 5:37 p.m. We will call this public hearing to order. know of anything that's really changed on here, since Friday. It's just been two working days, so.
No.
Actually, one working day, so. All right.
You're talking as far as the millage and the budget, no real changes.
All right, gentlemen, you have any questions for Mr. Payne?
I just want to be clear on if some of the confusion that I'm sure is on my part. With some of the email traffic today. This sheet that you put together, that basically still holds.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For the most part, I was talking to Denny and I told him I've started through the budget work sessions that we've had. I've started with my final column, moving over some stuff. The only thing that popped out at me that I know may change the bottom total a little bit was the water department tower and tank line. We had it set, Todd's column had it set at like 32, I think it was, and they corrected that and said that there was a tank over at GRP that has a contract also that I haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we needed that to be 46. So, there's probably a little different there, but for the most part, nothing else that I know of has changed that drastically.
Yeah, Rodney let us know about that Friday morning late.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to get in the change.
Yeah, I was here when he talked about that, because that was the difference between.
Right, but for the most
numbers.
part, we've been able to use the chairman's column, and then magistrate court had a couple of little things, they were smaller items that he couldn't live with that we moved back over, but I think those were already moved over before I did that, because he had his first. So we're looking at the 1.6 number? Well, if we use the chairman's total and we hold it, I think it's like 15. I don't have that in front of me right now. Isn't it about 15? Mm-hmm. It's around 15. So probably around 25, 26, we're making that change for the water. Okay.
Stan, I know you may or may not have any questions, because we've done it 50 times, but you got any questions?
No, I do say, I'll just say that, just a brief little overview for anybody that watches and for the newspaper. So county staff is recommending to the Board of Commissioners to hold the millage rate at the same rate as it was for 2024. So last year it was at 9.1577, and we're asking to keep that the same. And we're not increasing, we're rolling it back. We've rolled back the millage rate for several, I guess about the last 5 years. And that's going to get the closest we can get to a break-even budget, depending on certain budget items. Last year, we rolled back and we pulled that deficit out of the fund balance. That was, around $700,000, and I think that the board made a good decision in using some of those extra funds. I do have all of the PC 32 and letters and stuff from the IDA and the Board of Education on their millage rate requests, and combining all those. I think it's just a hard process. It's a difficult process, and I think that the board's done a great job in foreseeing projects and foreseeing the futures of Madison County and what we're trying to do. So, good job to you guys.
Thank you for all this hard work. I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Only thing I want to add to what Christina just said for newspaper purposes is before it gets to social media or anywhere else, we completely understand that there has been an inflationary rate. We understand everybody's tax bills is up. We are doing everything we possibly can to keep those to a minimum. It's not Madison County, it's not any surrounding county, it's the state of Georgia, it is the United States as a whole. We have not done anything to create any more pain on our citizens, as we've tried to lessen the blow, as Ms. Christina said, as Ms. Baxter said. I really feel people, as I've opened the opportunity each year to come and talk to me about the budget, and I would explain to them line by line, that opportunity still stands, and I'll open it up into 2026. If somebody could find something that they would like to have questions on as to why, just please remember that market values are not set by the county. Market values are set by the market. That's the biggest misconception. But this Board of Commissioners has done a really good job for what's going on to be 5 years running. And we're doing all we can. But we are in the same inflationary rate for a county government as you are at home. The fuel cost for the county is higher than it was. The price of goods is higher. The electric bills is higher. The cell phone bills is higher. Everything's higher on the government. We don't get an exemption just because we're a government. We pay those same increases, unfortunately. But hopefully the market will turn around and we'll be able to talk something different for the next year. But that being said, gentlemen, you have anything?
It is,
all right.
at this time, it is our intent that there will be no transfer of debt from the IDA over to the county, that we're still going to pursue the arrangement that we made with them. I believe it was 1.5 million that we I don't want to be careful what I use the right verbiage. The 1.5 million that we gave to the IDA specifically for debt relief, it is our intent that there were two things for some reason that, and I don't know the legalese, but for some reason, those two items stayed with the IDA rather than come over. And and then they were supposed to take, I think it was 10,000 extra a month that they picked up in what we gave them. That it is our expectation they'll continue to apply that towards those two. And I don't know if it was bond or whatever, the two things that they have.
GIFA, they were doing the extra 10 on.
Yeah, and they are to continue doing that, correct?
The 10 has stopped on the GIFA, but they're paying exactly what the notes are on the GIFA. They're deducted from the county, but they reimburse it every month. And they did keep all of the bond. They handled the bond, the revenue bond.
I think the GIFA notes are like 0 interest.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
Two of them are.
Some of them.
Two of them are. One of them has interest, but two of them are interest-free.
We hit the largest two. We took those off the table.
Yeah. I think without, similar to Denny's comment, without the actual detail or fine print, it's those two, the bond debt and the GIFA loan debt, are being paid either directly by the IDA or reimbursing the county as a pass-through out of their portions of it.
All right, well, if there's no other statements or remarks, then we will close the public hearing and we will be opening the regular business meeting at 6 p.m.
You need an adjournment, correct? Well, yeah, put in the minutes I adjourn.
Yeah.
Or whatever you do, I did.
Just write down convention, dog. That's almost 5 years running now. We don't want to mess that up. Oh. How you doing, Mr. Lee Mitchell?
Good, how are you?
Are you all right at this moment?
Get this budget out of the way and move on to something else.
Yeah.
Still got a little bit of time on you.
We'll do what?
We still got a little bit of time,
Yeah.
fine, 2 minutes.
Got a few more days.
Yeah. September 8th, we'll vote to approve the budget, but we'll set the millage rate tonight.
That, the vote on the 8th is just a formality.
I seen you cut grass down the side of Culver Danielsville the other day.
Yeah.
He didn't make it to my house.
He didn't make it down that far. Actually, he was coming back towards the school.
I have to pick up all the trash first.
Yeah.
I had to do that too.
That blows my mind. But I literally got behind a trash truck, last week, and it was blowing out the top of it faster than it was.
Yeah, I see so many trucks coming down the road without a tarp on the back,
Hey, man.
and they get up to the dump and put the tarp.
Oh, really?
Yep.
10 minutes? All right. Hey, young, how are you doing, young lady? Hey, good to see you, buddy.
I tell Ron Saturday night, like, go on, let's go
What
ride.
just got behind you?
We ride and listen and stuff like that. It was, I mean, I do a lot.
Y'all know each other, don't you? TJ Berman.
That's one of those I call.
I work at the district.
By the time I get turned around and come back this way.
What was your official title?
District Court Administrator.
District Court
But
Administrator.
it'll be 90 in November.
I thought y'all knew each other, I'm sorry.
Probably, but, you know, I mean, it's
Definitely
Oh,
forward that,
TJ.
you know,
How are
which
you?
normally does.
You're on an advantage.
Just live it, the words come out of it, but.
We made a request for,
Okay.
Pains up in my chest, got a little bit, so I drove all
Two
over
in here.
to the
I'm federal employee money, I'm federal money.
How are things going?
You know, good.
Yeah.
Well, I think so, so I bet
Even
it.
though I'm, you know, just on the other side of the wall from you.
I know, yeah. Well, you know, we're not allowed to like work in that area anymore,
Yeah.
so I don't get to run into you like we used to over there. So it's softer, so.
Closed up sometimes. Yeah, that's what it's like.
How's everything going with
Like, I read, you go get checked, make sure, but.
Are you involved in
Look at some-
So Carolyn does that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you and I
yeah.
chat with her, but I mean, they're good, you know.
Usually Saturday, you know, I go all those in.
You know, I didn't hear much about that, other than I learned that she.
Way of state.
Ultimately, the job was not
He was
right for
called
where
in
she was in her own
3
recovery.
o'clock.
But we got a new person in Savannah, who's doing great.
Yeah, Carolyn keeps poaching people from us.
Okay. Oh, we see, okay.
You know, you need to call that one.
Yeah, I think you need to hang
So
up.
we're good. She's looking at hiring one
No,
more
maybe
case
it's not,
manager.
you know.
We're gonna scale back from the original grant, which was for like 3 case
Like,
managers.
so she was,
Can't say that.
you know, that was.
So we're probably gonna give up some of that money and send it.
You know, it's either a big water leak or it's your dad.
About another year.
Yeah, mine. Yeah.
So we're sort of writing on the wall that things are not good.
Interesting times.
So if we let it go back now to the state and make it reality for the next year, and let it go get some other good use out of it. I'm good. I forgot. I've been on for what? 4 years now.
I got a recall for me.
up the street.
Right.
Oh, you see. It's catching me.
After that one, that's the toilet.
You're young enough.
Just don't wanna get out walking.
Right, that's true, true.
How are you?
Our you are not a good concern for you.
I hope not. I hope not. How you been?
Good, good. Crazy. Can't hold on to court orders these days. Behind for the limited pool of them.
I haven't done it yet. I do have to, I moved it up.
Let me get back with, you know,
Right.
like during the you know, assume, really?
Make some more cold nature,
Challenge.
I don't know what it is.
Self-taught now. So you self-teach and then you take one of the national exams.
Are you keeping up the work?
Have some conversations like that every now and then. Like,
Somebody asked me that, said, how do you improve your arm? I said, well, I don't know, just, you ride on something.
Solidly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, how you doing? Doing well, how are you?
Pushing for it. Trying to.
You got, yeah, right. I mean, not all of the places benefit, but a lot are changing. But, yeah.
You gotta go mirror.
Or if when you get around to it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, that, Rob. Yeah.
Look, you got your new bag.
Anybody watching, this is church related? This is not pride, this is not pride. Church related activity, on record, church related activity.
Don't tell me you like the children at our church.
And then
You start there.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. How you doing?